Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video. So today's video is a video of my player ratings for last season for every Fulham player. So this is going to be a tier list. So here is the categories. Can't judge, meaning they haven't played enough games. Not good, it explains itself, they haven't had a good season. Below par, so they've had some good performances, but it's been below expectations. Average is when they've had good and bad, and it's just in the middle, it's a bit meh. Good, they've had a good season, so above average. I got very good of the season, meaning they've been the best for the season. First is Stephen Bender. Stephen Bender has not had a good season. Like, he is the backup, so it is hard to come into games when you don't have a run of games and you just hit here and there. But I remember that game against Preston, he was just very average, and he didn't save a single penalty. He was very shaky against Wigan in the cup, and yeah, I just never felt confident when he was on the pitch. Next is the second goalie, well, the main goalie, Leno. Very good season. Well, I don't think it's his best of the three. I think they've all been very good, but I think this has been. I almost went with good, but I think where it goes very good. In a lot of games, he's saved us. He's been amazing with his saves. He's really commanded his box well. Where I think it kind of doesn't get to player of the season and it's not as been as good is I find his kicking, or like where he traps the ball on his foot and then he stops. He slows the game down too much. That is one of the most annoying things. And he's had a few dodgy performances, but on the whole, he's just been very good. Next is Anthony Robinson. He has been very good. Tailed off towards the end, but I think that was partly because of an injury he'd been having for a while. But yeah, on the whole, he was very good. He got 10 assists. Like at the start of the season, he was getting assist after assist. He was very good one-on-one. That game against Liverpool, oh my god, he was all over them. Like, his defending was amazing. He's just getting up and down the pitch. His energy in games is really good. His one-on-one defending is really good. His interception rate is really good. So I think on the whole, it's been a very good season. Ryan Sessegnon. So Ryan Sessegnon came back from Tottenham after all these years, and I think we were all really excited. And I remember at the start, how is he going to fit in this squad? We've got Timothy Castagna, we've got Anthony Robinson, we've got loads of wingers. And he didn't start the season that well, where he didn't play many. And I think that's because he's had an injury for a long time. Then he comes in and he scores a few goals. And towards the end of the season, he was really good. Like, scoring goals, being really all action. And I actually think we were seeing slightly some of that Ryan Sessegnon we saw in the Premier League, in the Championship, where he was getting goals and like being that all-out action player we know. And I think a lot of him coming back was very sentimental and very good, like, and for the morale of the fans. Next is Jorge Cuenca, and a lot of people, I've seen a lot of discussion online, and a lot of people are saying he was average, he didn't do that badly in games. He actually, yeah, he held his own in games. The reason I say below par is because he didn't have many games, and there must be a reason why he didn't play. And obviously we have other centre backs that cover his position that are arguably better, but I just think that he just didn't. It wasn't a very memorable season, and I think maybe when we signed him, I think a lot of people were just thinking maybe he would get a bit more game time, and when we were going to back fives and when we were doing other things like that, I thought he could have had a bit more game time. He played well against Liverpool and Everton, but yeah, I meant Liverpool. He had a really good game then. Next is Anderson, and when Anderson came back, I was so excited. I loved Anderson when we got relegated. I thought he was one of the best defenders I've seen in recent times. And the first few games, I was like, wow, what? We have been missing him. His diagonal passes were really good. His on-the-ball work was really good. He was really strong in the tackle. But then it just dipped. He looked really tired and uninterested. He was getting beaten by a lot of players. I don't know, his diagonal passes weren't going there. And I don't think it's below par. I think it's not good. I think I think Palace got the better end of the deal. They got Lacroix, Maxime's Lacroix, I think it is, and he just looked a level above, and they won the FA Cup. So I don't know if he's that happy with the season. Next is Issa Diop. Issa Diop, at the start of the season, I think he played a few games, and he actually really good. Because with Issa Diop, we know he's got a mistake in him. We know he's very prone to doing this thing where I don't know, he'll make a miss pass, or he'll make a sloppy tackle. But he didn't actually do that, and I thought he was one of our better defenders during that period. I thought he was harshly treated when he didn't play, and I thought he was one of the solid players. Now, why I say it was average, because the end of the season he didn't really play. Next is Calvin Bassey, and now this is my early shout for player of the season. Now, at the start of the season, I thought he wasn't actually doing too well. I thought Issa Diop was better. There was only, mind you, that it was only a few games, but then after that, oh my gosh, he was like so strong in the tackle. He could he brought out the ball really well. He was really good at progressing the ball and getting us up the pitch. He was really strong. He was really, really good. His headers are on point. And he was the best defender we had by a mile. And also, he was the best player. Next is Kenny Tete. And I think this hasn't been the best Kenny Tete season we've seen. I think where it kind of goes into average is because he just didn't play as many games, and that's not his fault. He was injured for a lot of it, but I think a lot of the time when he came back, he just looked a bit tired, and it wasn't fully we know Tete. He's amazing 1-on-1. He's great with his crossing. I just thought he looked a bit jagged, looked a bit off the pace. He did have a few good games here and there, but I just don't think it was to the level we normally see. Next is Harrison Reed. Now, I think this is a bit harsh. I'm going to put him in not good, because I remember whenever he came on, I think he conceded that penalty against Brighton. He just looked a bit sluggish every time he came on, and I don't really think he took the games to the scruff. And I know he's playing 5 to 10 minutes, but I don't know, I'd expect a little bit more from someone that we was thinking could make the England squad a few seasons ago. But I still love Harrison Reed, don't get me wrong. Next is Ain't Nobody Like Tom Kearney. The reason I put him in average is because he didn't come on the pitch as much, and I don't really remember him being as impactful as before. And a lot of games I felt like it bypassed him. But there were games where he scored, like Tottenham, Brentford. That was an amazing goal. That Brentford pass in the home game. He had some really strong moments this season, and he's still a very useful player. That's why I'm really happy he got tied down to a contract, because I still see a player that can impact this team positively, but I just don't think it was his best season. Next is Emil Smith-Rowe. Now, this is a really difficult one for me, because I think he came in for a really big price tag. I think it was like 25. It was a large sum of money, and we know from his time at Arsenal he's had injury problems, but we've seen a really, really solid player in there. Really technically good on the ball, really, really good at getting out of tight spaces, and really got a really good finish on him. So I think a lot of us were really excited about him. He came on, and I remember, I think it was Leicester, or that might have been his first game. He scored. I was like, wow, this guy looks good. He had really good pace, really good energy about him. But I think throughout the season, he's just gone missing. Like, he'll hide behind players. I don't know, he just passes very sideways. It's very slow. The game bypasses him a lot, and fans have been really rightly upset with him. But I do think that is partly because he's playing a full season, which he hasn't done for a long time, and he's coming off an injury, and also being at a new club, and he's an Arsenal boy, so it would have taken a lot out of him having to move out from his boyhood club. Next is Josh King. Now, I'm not going to judge him, mostly because he didn't play that many games, and he only came in here and there. But the games he did play, he was really good. I remember that Southampton 0-0 game. He was running the show. He was literally weaving in and out of players. He's really technical on the ball. He's really good at driving the team forward, and he was really, really strong every time I saw him. Next is Sasha Lukic. Now, Sasha Lukic at the start of the season I thought was excellent. His tackling was really improved. He was really all action in all the games, and I felt like we had a really solid midfield with him and Berger at the base. But the reason I didn't put him very good, because I think towards the end of the season he was picking up too many yellow cards. He wasn't really impacting in the attack because he's got no goals and no assists, and it felt like he was just very off the pace towards the end of the season. But I still think he had a really good season. Next is Sander Berge. Now, when I first saw him, I thought, what is he offering? He was just passing sideways. The game bypassed him. But throughout the season, I think he's had a solid season. He's been looked really good at driving the ball forward. He's looked very capable at holding his own in the midfield. I just think the only problem I've had is his goal and assist output. I think I would like a bit more from the midfield, because when we're not scoring up front, we just don't seem to have it in the midfield. But it's a really good debut season for him at Fulham. Now, next is Andreas Pereira. He divides opinion. He's like Marmite. Some people love him, some people just don't like him. And from the start of the season, I was really thinking he was going to go in the not good category, and I thought he works so hard in every game. His energy is brilliant, and you can't fault his effort. But he does so many passes that go wayward, not to the other player. And I know he's like Bruno Fernandes, really try and play the risky pass type player, but it doesn't always work. His corners, oh my god, don't even get me started. They just never seem to make the man, and he never scores his free kicks. But where I put him as average is, I remember some games where he wasn't playing, and we missed that energy, we missed that pressing, we missed that tenacity in the team. It felt like everything went a bit slow when he wasn't there. Next is Alex Iwobi. Now, funny enough, with Alex Iwobi, I was going to put him as player of the season for a lot of this season. At the start of the season, he was really good. His skill moves, the way he turns, gets out of away from players. His shooting has been really good, and he brings something like you don't always see it. But his energy and his on the ball work is really, really vital to how the team plays. Now, I think the reason why it's not player of the season is because he tired off. He looked really drained. He looked really drained and really tired, and it was a bit sluggish through this middle part of the season. Next is Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson was I was excited when we signed him because he's a really energetic. His skill moves are really good, and I think it was a hard season for him because he came on loan, so we weren't sure, is he going to get much game time because he's not one of our players. But he looked really solid when he came on. His energy when he came on was like, what? Oh my god, he's all over the place. And it was running around, and it was really great to see. The only problem I had was his end product wasn't brilliant. I don't feel like whenever he got to the final third, we were going to score when he was on the ball, and I don't know, he would rush shots. But I'm going to give it average because he did get a massive injury, and I think it was a real shame to see how that ended. Next is Willian. So Willian came back in January to replace Reece Nelson when Reece Nelson replaced him in the summer. And I thought he was just a stopgap because we hadn't signed anyone in January, so we were desperate and we got him on a free. I can't judge him because he only played 2 free games. Next is Marcel Godot. I can't judge him. He's played a few games. I think he's looked decent, alright, but he's been at the club a long time. I don't know what the next step is. I think he's going to go either on loan or sell him. Next is Adama Traore. Now, this is his first proper full season when he's not been injured for Fulham, and I think he was average because he had some games, and at the start of the season we're like, what's Marco Silva done to this guy? He's amazing. Well, not amazing, but very good. His energy, his speed is always his best asset. He was crossing was better, but we still had that issue of he couldn't finish. I remember that City game. He was burning Cole Walker for pace, and he just couldn't score for whatever reason. And yeah, I think then that Forest game was one of the best performances I've seen. But he had some games where he just came on with no impact. Next is Rodrigo Muniz. He started off the season. Yeah, it wasn't great. Like, everyone thought he was going to be the starting number 9. The games bypassed him a bit. He didn't, I don't know, his hold-up play wasn't doing it for me. I was like, why don't we just bring Raul in? He's a bagsman for us. But that middle patch that we know he loves, he went on a really good scoring run. And he's actually scored at City, Chelsea away, Arsenal away, Liverpool away. He's just had a mad season where he's scored at some of the hardest grounds to score at. Next is Raul Jimenez. Now, I'm going to put him in good. His hold-up play is really good. He always brings other players into play. He's got a really good first-time finish on him, and he can score out of nothing. I do feel like there's been a few games where it goes slightly missing, or if he's not getting the ball, he looks a bit frustrated. That's why I can't put him on very, very good. Next is Carlos Vinicius. Did he even play this season? He played like 2 games. I loved the guy because of what he did against Chelsea, but to be honest, it's all a bit... There's not a lot to judge, so yeah, can't judge him. Good luck to the guy. One person I forgot to put in this tier list is Harry Wilson. How could I forget him? He's the legend of the Brentford games. I'm going to put him in good just because I don't think... he didn't start the season, and I actually didn't know where he was going to come into the team. He came in against Brentford. Oh my God, I've never seen scenes like it. That goal where he flicks it off his boot, then he scores again. Oh my God. And then he went for a period of bagging goal after goal. Then he got injured, and that was a real shame because we missed his goal threat. He was one of the biggest threats we had from off the bench. So yeah, he's had a good season. I'm just editing this video now, and I've realised I've missed out Timothy Castagne. Timothy Castagne for me was good. I thought he had a consistent spell in this season. When Tete wasn't available, he always gave his all, and he never let the side down. He very rarely let the side down. So I'm going to put him as good. So this is my tier list. Let me know in the comments if you agree with it and what you disagree. And remember to click the like button, subscribe down below, and I'll see you for another tier list very soon. Bye.